Seabrook III, one of the associate editors here at Double XL. Uh, Today's guest on the break live is Big Boss Vette. Uh, she's out of St. Louis. Been making a lot of noise. I'm sure you've heard Snatched by now. I'm sure you've heard it a bunch of times. It's everywhere. And it's just really moving really well right now. So, we definitely gonna get into her background and, see kind of how she got to this point. As soon as she pulls up in here, you know, we'll go live, get her on here, and we'll, talk through all of that. I don't think I see her in here yet, but Vette, whenever you pull up, just let me know. Alright. I think I invited Vette. Might have pressed the wrong button. Let's see what happens. So where's Big Dirty? He's on the cover, buddy. I pressed the right button. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? Hope y'all good. Thank you for checking out the cover. Appreciate it. What's up?
Hello. Hi.
How you doing? You got on real quick. Like usually people
Right.
can take
I'm
here. No, but for sure. First off, thank you for doing the show. Definitely appreciate it.
Thank you for having me on here.
No, absolutely, absolutely. Okay, so before you got on, I was introducing you a little bit, talking about Snatched, everything you got going on right now. Think for this, we kind of want everybody to, know your background, how you got here, how all this stuff kind of started happening for you. So I'll start from the top. How did you start rapping? Like, how did you start making music in general, to be more general?
So back in 2014, well, I want to say in like grade school, I used to be in this little rap group, but it was like real corny, right? I want to say fast forward to like 14. I started propping my phone up doing like covers. Like I would be like rapping on beats as they are playing in my background. So I went viral because Age Love Try Me cover, and I had went viral, and I just kept on doing them, and people like started to like call me a rapper, and I'm like, I'm not a real rapper because I don't have songs out yet, like I didn't have nothing, right? So so I started getting in a stool and started like doing like song covers. Like I did not have my own beats or nothing. So one thing led to another. I was getting booked off covers, literally, like covers.
Right.
And I want to say the 2019 is like when I had made my first song, like first real song, and I just got from there. And ever since then, now I'm Big Boss Vette. Like, yeah.
When did you? Okay, that's kind of crazy about you getting booked off of covers, because I know in order for that to happen, that just meant that locally people were really listening to what you were doing.
Yeah, like it was like crazy too because I did not grow up with like money. So like I was like hustling to like pay for like studio time and show fits and like getting my hair done. I was like hustling for that,
So then, okay, so you start getting booked for covers, you make your first real song. What is that first real song?
I think my first real song that I put out that my beat. I think it was like it was my song Dog Ass Nigga. Like I had put that out and they ate that up. They was like, yes, this is it. And then after that, like I'm really a rapper. Like I make my own songs. Like covers is like easy because you already got the cake and all that. But like when you like make your own, it's like it's like it's lit.
Okay, so you had the first real song, stuff like that. Kind of what is it like coming up in like that scene, like in St. Louis, like kind of at the time, and even like now, like kind of what is it like, kind of rising through it?
So it's hard, honestly speaking, because you don't have people that are scouting for our talent. Like for real, like we in a small city, so it's like it is very hard to sing for your
Mm-hmm.
talent. So my city sometimes support popularity over talent. So you
Mm-hmm.
know, very hard to like make it up out of there, honestly.
Right. Um, So I know I definitely read that pretty much what was going on with you. Like after you started making your own songs and stuff like that, you started to build your name up through like social media and TikTok and stuff like that. So people already were becoming familiar with you as you were putting the songs out. So that was also like kind of guiding you along. How do you think you started to like pick up on social media while you were also putting out music?
Wait, you said how do I think that I started to pick up on social media? Like,
Yeah, right. Because it's kind of it's hard. It ain't easy. Like right to get to that point. How do you think you did it?
honestly speaking, like I did it just by being me. Honestly, like I was just putting out my songs, and I was just like hoping that they would love them, and I was like working my records. Like I would always play them. I would always go to the DJs and be like, "Hey, can you play this?" You know, like I would like always just ask, you know, and I would just work it. Like people just put out music and like they won't like work it. They won't
Mhm.
ask people to play it. They won't even play their own music. But I was like doing like videos to them. I was like I was like telling people to play it. I was
Right.
like videos playing it, and I just started to get big off that.
Okay, so tell me about you making outside and then that blowing up and that pretty much like changing like your career for the most part, like kind of out of nowhere.
Okay, so when I made outside, it was during COVID, honestly. Um, I was like real nervous. I wasn't getting shows. Honestly speaking, I think I made that song before I started working at, and I was the delivery driver. Like I hated it. Oh my god, I hated it so bad. So I had like I think I quit that job. Maybe I was still working. I don't know. But one day I was at home bored, and I'm like, I'm gonna promote this song because I know for a fact that this is gonna be it. And I like promoted on Twitter and Facebook, and I had checked it the next day, and I'm like, look at these numbers, bitch! Like I'm like, how like y'all like actually like it, you know?
Right.
And it was like going crazy by itself. And then Chloe Bailey, okay, so one of her fans made her like a fan video to my song, and she had posted it on her story, and that made my stream crazy. Like it went crazy. And TikTok picked up on it, and it went crazy on it. And then like labels started to out. Like I had 13 label deals.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I like going from hustling and just working and to getting signed. It's like dang, like, and then mind you, I don't come from money, so it's like coming from nothing and then getting something. It's like, geesh, you know.
Right. You said you had 13 label deals. How did you decide Republic? Like, how did you choose them out of all of the labels? Because I know when you are in that position and you have a song that's kicking off, what'll
Mm-hmm.
happen is, as you saw, all the labels will come get you. Like, they're all trying to, like, everybody's trying to like get involved with you, but it comes down to you making the the right choice for yourself. So, kind of, how did you pick them, and what was it like, kind of going through that, all those meetings and stuff like that, and kind of like keeping your head in it?
Um, like honestly speaking, I would like meet people and like they people, and I just pick up like energy and like I don't know, it's like it's this voice that just tells me it's a good idea, this is not a good idea, like do not do this or like do this. Like I don't know, like it is this calling that I and I had met with them and like I love hair. Like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
like after we had our first conversation, I was instantly like, this is the life I want to go with. And everybody on my team was like, really? Because I was like, I know that. I'm like, I don't really know. Maybe not. Like, I don't know, you know? And as soon as I talked to them, I was like, this the one. And so it like really caught them off guard because I was telling them, like, no, like I was like, nah, not to them. And then just instantly, yes, it's like, okay, you know?
Right. And I think you went about it the right way because I know that you kind of a lot of the stuff in like the artist stuff when like your career is starting to pick up, it comes down to like what you feel and what you see.
Yeah.
So if you are talking to Republic and you meet with them and you're like, yeah, this is what I should be, you just got to make that choice. And I mean, look at it. Like it worked. Like it worked out. It 100% was not a mistake. So um, after you signed, okay. So matter of fact, when did you sign the Republic? When did that
I,
happen?
I signed last year in June, if I'm not mistaken, last year in June.
Okay. So you sign with them. What happens after that is you keep putting out like singles and just trying to stay consistent and stuff like that, right?
Yeah,
So
like,
go ahead.
well, yeah. People think once you get signed, it's like, okay, you already made it, right? And that is completely not the case. Like, as soon as you get signed, you got to work harder. So it's so like that you starting your career over on a bigger playing field. Like, it's like you gotta work your way up. So soon as I got signed, like I didn't know anything about being signed. I was like kind of you know. And with the right team, the right management, and the right work ethic, you would just grow. And like
Mm-hmm.
they just got me trying things that I never knew I was gonna try. They got me on as an artist. They helping me like, yeah, this is the best.
Um. So when you're putting out the singles, right? And and you still are. Kind of. Why do you think you kind of kept putting out singles as opposed to like a project? Because you know what happens when you get popular as an artist. People are always bothering you and saying put out a project. Like I'm sure they're commenting that and bringing it up all the time. But kind of how do you stick to like your plan? Like no, this is what I want to do. This is what I think is going to work.
Um, I feel like that it's a time and place for everything. Honestly speaking, like before, so before I want to a project or an album or a mixtape or a P, I just I would I want to build first. I want to grow more. Um, I want to learn more and have more up in the before I just put it all out, you know? Because I don't want
Mm-hmm.
to they'll just be like, oh, what else? So it's like, hold up now, you know, you got to just build that first. You got to build.
Right. Of course, Snatched earlier this year, and then now it's like it's everywhere. Um, when you were making it, did you think that it would kind of be out of the ordinary for what you were already doing? Like it would turn into this thing that like this is like the song people know you by kind of out of nowhere,
Um,
or
I
you know?
I told them that this was a hit when I first made this song. Like I literally told them that this was a hit, and my team was like, "Are you sure? It kind of sounds like your other music and all this." And I'm like, "This song is gonna be a hit. I know." So I woke up every morning. Like I started promoting it back last year and it reached in February. So working this record, like working it. Then I was supposed to have a feature on her, but like as soon as it started to blow up on TikToks, like put it out. Let's go. Let's go. And it's literally
Um, what is it like? Like, what is it like, kind of being in the? I mean, realistically, this is like the early parts of it, like going viral and going all over the place because it just keeps picking up. Like, kind of, how does it feel to be in that position where all these things are happening for you right now, and Snatch is doing all of this, and it's opening all these different doors for you?
um it's exciting. And I appreciate all of the love and the support that I'm getting from it. But I just I don't know, like I know that I can do better. You know, I just know that I can come hard. You know, like I just know that I still have to keep working, basically.
Right. No, that's cool. I think, you have the right mindset because all of this can be a lot, but you're like, but I can do more than this. Like, I can take this so much further. Right. 100%. Um, of course, want to talk about celebrities. I saw the Kylie Jenner post. Like stuff is like you're kind of catching on with like the people who are like world renowned. Everybody knows who they are. Um, Kind of what do you how do you feel about that? Kind of how does that like affect you? How do you see it like from your perspective?
I was excited as hell. Like I'm like, oh my God, like she used my sound, my song, like, and she doesn't use everybody's song. So I'm like, I was so excited. Like I'm like, thank you, thank you, thank you. Like,
Right.
because it's you just like that's organically done. Like
Mm-hmm.
we or anything. I'm just like, oh my God, thank you. Like, sheesh. Like, I was excited. And I'm still excited. Kylie Jenner used my song.
Right.
Like, Kylie
Right.
Jenner used my song. Like, it's just, yeah, it's just huge. Huge.
Right. No, and that's big reach too, because she has like a bajillion followers, so everybody, pretty much like the whole world sees like her posting your song. So right, no, it's definitely a big deal. One thing I definitely want to bring up, I noticed the like there's the bounce music undercurrent in the stuff that you do, and it's like a consistent part of your music. Kind of, how did you like work it into what you do and kind of turn it into the music that you make?
So I have always loved bounce music, Nolan. I mean, like, I love him, right? So when I first started rapping, honestly speaking, I was just getting on covers, right?
Mm-hmm.
And um that was before that I started to like learn about the house culture, all that. And like now I just feel like that I be paying homage to them, because that's not my culture. So, I can't say, hey, well, I'm a bounce artist, I'm not.
Right.
And I just really love their sound, so sometimes I incorporate it in my music, and of course I pay homage, and
Right.
sometimes I just do straight loop, literally,
Mm-hmm.
it's just, it's
It
just,
just it just comes down to how you want to use it and when you want to use it. And I think you also pointing out that like you are respectful of the sound just as somebody who's a fan of it. I think that's cool too. I mean, because like especially kind of like American like music styles and stuff like that, people can get really defensive of like the different sounds, but you're like, no, I mean, you're paying homage and you just love it and support it. So I think that's big too, for sure. Um, when did you start to feel like? I mean, I know because you've been making music for a long time, realistically, but when did you start to feel like, all right, I'm like a popular artist and people like me and are paying attention to what I'm doing? Like, kind of when did you get there?
now, like, I've been working hard, and now everything is finally paying off. Like, I just recently moved from my right, and I'm in A now, so literally, like I'm doing podcasts, I'm doing radio interviews, I'm doing phone calls with big people. Like, I'm just working nonstop her, and I'm like going to like things that the bigger celebrities be at. Like, oh my God, it's actually starting to pay off. Like, so work is like actually starting to, show, and yeah, like I've always knew that I was gonna be big. Like I do it, and now that everything is starting to, you know, I'm just here to think about it. But like now that everything is literally starting to play out how I wanted to, I'm just ecstatic. I'm like, oh my God,
Right.
like they gonna know who Big Boss Vette is. Yeah.
Right. Speaking of that, like being invited, going to places, you just getting these different looks. What would you say is the biggest moment in your career so far?
The biggest moment So far, the biggest moment of my, honestly speaking, I think the biggest moment of my career now is like I got signed because like I was like they are actually watching you. Like when I had like 13 labels like trying to like get me, I'm like they be watching you. Like
Mm-hmm.
this is payoff, you know?
Right. Um, what's something you think people will be like surprised to know about you? It could be like a hobby or just like a thought you have. It could be like anything.
I want a zoo. Like I like animals so much. Like honestly speaking, I want to have a pet in zoo, but it's like a pet at your own risk type of zoo. And then waivers before you come in my zoo because my animals is gonna do whatever they want to. If they don't want you to pet them, then I'll pet them. But you know how people still be trying to pet and you get bitten
Right.
and I want to zoo.
I'm laughing at the waivers at your own risk thing because that means you thought about this. Like you thought about, oh, I don't want to be legally liable for this if you do something stupid. Right.
So pet at your own risk, and if they bite you, then you know that you chose to pet my animals. I didn't tell you to pet my
Right.
animals.
Right. No,
Um,
that makes a lot of sense. Um, okay, so what should people be looking out for you, like looking out from you next? I mean, you know, you have Snatched. Um, I mean, you kind of always continue to put out music and stuff like that, especially now when things are going so well. So it doesn't have to just be songs either. It could be video, shows, anything. Just like, what are you doing next?
well, okay, so coming up July 8th, I have a new single called Girl Walk dropping. I have so many singles up in the chamber. I always expect the unexpected from me because I'm coming, you know. I have a lot of videos. I have a lot of content coming. Um, I may have a couple of remixes, and yeah, like Big Boss Vid is like that's it. Like she's coming. She's coming.
Okay. No, that's great. Just to wrap it up, is anything else you want to throw out there? Once again, thank you for doing this. I definitely learned a lot. Everybody here learned a lot about what you got going on in the background. So I think this went well.
Yeah, perfect. This actually went perfect. Like, thank you all for having me. Like, yeah, like I was excited to be.
No, you're welcome. Like I said, happy that you did. Appreciate it for sure. But no, thank you. Shout out to you. Shout out to everybody who checked this out. And I'll catch everybody later. All right, y'all.
See y'all later.